great waves today. And we've got last year's event champion, Matt Wilkinson, out there in the lineup, along with the semi-finalists here last year. Stuart Kennedy makes his return to Snapper Rocks, and one of the rookies on the CT in 2017, Ian Gouveia, the son of former world number 5, Fabio Gouveia. So the legacies continue, those bloodlines. Daniel Thompson for a number of years. But while we're at the break, Matt Wilkinson got things started.
Yeah, Matty, keep going, bro.
You can see on the back end here, you know, this kid's got the electric back end. So much different, so distinctive to Matt Wilkinson, that free, loose, off the tail kind of maneuvers that he does. And then again, Stu Kennedy, and you know, shake those cobwebs off. You know, this is the first event of the year, and you never had that off season. I think Courtney Conlogue would have been, you know, right straight back in the gym, probably working harder those 2 months than she did the entire season. As you watch that style, distinctive from Matt Wilkinson. Love his backhand. So fun to watch. You know, it's that kind of spontaneity that he has that really kind of is so much different to watch, you know, on the back end, because you can get repetitive, whereas I feel like Matt will bring something, all of a sudden you're going to go, what's he going to do with that next turn? You know, he's even got a rodeo in his repertoire. Watch this wave here again. The choice from Stuart Kennedy being that it's a little froth on the face, but it'll start to move down the line, and it should clean up and get a little bit bigger. That's what we saw from him. He's back on the sci-fi here. He's been able to mix up his equipment, but here at Snapper Rocks, he's made that choice. See a beautiful turn there, that double arm layback. A little bit of variety, big float, and then the flow that Stuart Kennedy has is so appealing because that pace that he carries at Snapper Rocks matches it perfectly. I think that's why, plus of course, all of his experience here, he knows how to choose the right waves.
But if they're done perfectly, and the big sections that they're done on and the big long ones, then they're the and high ones, they're the ones that'll get the scores.
Thank you, Rich. We're loving these opportunities to pick your brain and get some more insight into exactly what the panel is looking for, and we look forward to chatting to you once again.
No worries, mate. See ya.
In that 10,000 at Cascais, but this is his last ride.
He qualified through Europe is really what it came down to. He had a string of great results in a 6,000, in the 10,000, and amassed enough points, really. So the Hawaiian leg, he really didn't have to produce a bunch of points. So it's, you know, Ian, you can get on a roll, right? And that's sometimes you'll just have that confidence and everything comes together. You know, maybe the conditions are right in your alley, and that's what happened for Ian. I mean, the Azores, then of course going into Cascais. But I mean, like a wave like here, you know, this is not an easy, it looks like a perfect wave, but it is not easy to find high quality waves and make good choices. And, you know, this tour is really hard.
Here goes Matt Wilkinson now, searching for the lead. He's probably already got it. That last turn, pretty solid. He works this one over. You can see Matt Wilkinson, he is just a different looking surfer to the man that we saw competing here 4 years ago.
And you have to have an adjustment. You have to keep evolving, and he's done that, you know, and he's much more mature in his style and approach. He knows how to win heats now. He's won such big heats that, you know, you learn and you get more comfortable. You see again, just that timing impeccable there. That was the vertical part of that wave, and he was able to execute the turn there, and it makes it easier to deal with.
Here goes the rookie, Gouveia. Just the one turn. Wave selection's been a little iffy at the moment. This wave, it's tapering off, but he's committed. You can see it lining up down the inside. Stu Kennedy behind him.
You know, as this tide keeps filling in, there's going to be probably less high quality waves.
Well, a little bit of payoff for that commitment to the inside section for Ian, but it wasn't a great ride.
Riding up the wave, and now he's going to get on the skis. We watch the replay here of Stu Kennedy. Again, he was able to get a nice solid turn on the outside, comboed it with that arc, and then the wave kind of starts to back off here. You know, he'll stay with it in hopes that at some point it starts to double up, but getting down to your belly, and that wave didn't give him the opportunity on the inside, so he's just going to be scored on those outside two moves. But you'd almost say it's probably going to be better than this wave, being that, you know, those two big, strong outside moves, not as long. You You know, and a lot of work here for Ian Gouveia to get into the inside, and probably going to show up to be around a 3.
I haven't seen much of Ian surfing, but I know that you've watched him quite a bit. What's his strength?
Well, it's his forehand is good. He's got an amazing aerial repertoire. You know, he showcased that, especially when I was able to call the Cascais event, the 10,000.
Really strong everywhere. It is a crucial event on the schedule. Gouveia up once again. And he's just praying that one of these waves is going to steepen up so he can get some real major turns done for us. And he's let go of a couple of decent ones here, really bouncing over that floater section to find the open wall once again. As he brings it right through to the inside. Back in 2014, and Matt Wilkinson beat Chloe Andino in a very close final last year, and during the break, Matt Wilkinson picked off this rod.
Little low road, so you think it's going to build as it heads down the line. You can see he put an extra effort in here to see this double up go down the point, and it's going to give him a nice steep wall and actually build as it moves down the line. And that's that Matt Wilkinson we saw to take that win, and he knows that that's a good wave. It's going to add to that 6-point ride that he had earlier and extend his lead.
That he might stumble at different stages throughout the year. He actually didn't get past the 3rd round after the event in Fiji, and as a result he dipped to 5th place. But he's building some confidence out here at the moment. Last year's event winner, his last ride came through at a 7.5. He's well out in front now. Stu Kennedy chasing an 8.74, Ian Gouveia after a 9.34. And even though there's no easy heats on the championship tour, there's easier heats. And Matt Wilkinson was the favourite going into this one, and he's delivered.
He has, you know, and again, I like his variety that he carries, you know. I think he's worked on that. I think Glenn Hall has noticed that, hey, we got to bring you a bit of variety, and especially on the back end, it can be easy to kind of do that same stock standard backhand tail drift, but he's been able to mix it with the carves, and it's shown in his scoring.
Stock standard.
Well, you know what I mean. It's easy to get that kind of one turn that you're so addicted to that you know you can do every time.
So true.
And you know, Stu Kennedy here put together a pretty good heat. I think if you were gonna critique it, I think he had to be on better waves. You know, this one was a nice clean wave here, but it did, you know, it only showed up as a mid-range score. You know, and that's tough when you can surf a wave this long and only get a 5.
It could be the injury, but it might also be just the danger of trying to surf a little bit too composed. I loved when Stu came out here last year and we just went on the attack.
Define mongrel.
Mongrel. It's just an attitude.
Raw.
Yeah, there you go.
So it's unexpected, you know, like give it a little mongrel, like a little bit of grit.
More unpredictable, I think. But yeah, it's just an attitude
Aussie
more
term.
than anything. Here we go, 35 seconds to go. Here is the heat leader, Matt Wilkinson, looking to finish this one off by getting rid of a 6.17 and pushing that heat score total a little higher. Just competing for fantasy points at this point in time.
You have him on your team?
I don't think I do, actually, but...
well, I think he was a tier A pick, right? That top 5. So, you mean, you've got...
It was tough. There was some pretty big names up there. And the big thing for Matt Wilkinson fans is the interesting thing is going to be seeing how he responds to his great performance here last year. I think he'll be really psyched, but there's going to be an added pressure. Defending champ, he's handled it very well in this first heat. He might even push the score higher with that last ride. But Stu Kennedy and Ian Gouveia are going to have to rebound in the second round.